Banjo-Kazooie is probably one of my favorite platformers ever, and Luigi's Mansion is probably my favorite Strand-type game. I don't think it's a stretch to call Luigi's Mansion a Strand-type game, and I have my reasons for believing that, but that's for another video. No. Today we're looking at the first Banjo-Kazooie ROM hack of the marathon, Grunty's Mansion. This is a crossover between Banjo-Kazooie and Luigi's Mansion. Grunty already had a mansion in Banjo-Kazooie, but I guess enough is never enough with her, so she got another one. Maybe it's for tax purposes or something? I don't know, but anyway, she kidnapped Tooty again, so it's up to Banjo and Kazooie to save her. Again. Perhaps this hack would have been better suited to a Halloween video, but sometimes life works in mysterious ways. And on the other hand, nothing says Christmas like hanging out in someone else's house and taking all of their stuff. That's how that works, right? This hack was made by Jackson G13, and if that name sounds familiar, well, I've already played a number of this guy's hacks before, such as Legend of the Crystal Jiggy. He has been a very active participant in Banjo-Kazooie ROM hacking and has made numerous fun titles which I've discussed on this channel already. He's also been dabbling in some of his own original indie creations as well, so I do strongly recommend checking out his channel if you haven't already. Now, Grunty's Mansion takes place in Grunty's Mansion, formerly owned by Luigi. I'm not exactly sure how they negotiated that purchase. I don't know if Luigi wanted to get rid of it or if Grunty just really needed another mansion, but one of them definitely got shafted pretty hard in that deal. Grunty is a witch and Luigi owns a casino, which basically makes him a witch too. Those places are evil. Although apparently she's also renting it out to Boggy's family as well, which raises a few more questions. What's Boggy's situation and how much are they paying? And how did she move her entire wine cellar from Mad Monster Mansion into the game? That's insanity. Maybe if I get popular one day, I'll get MatPat on speed dial and we can bang out a couple of insane conspiracy theories over a big ass bowl of garlic macaroni. My money is on time traveling ball pit, which was actually Sans the whole time. Anyway, Luigi's Mansion has been transformed into one big level for Banjo and Kazooie to explore, and it's a pretty fun one. It's not an exact one-to-one recreation of the mansion, but enough of it remains true enough to the original game, while also subtly and not so subtly injecting its own elements. Instead of just being a straight, unaltered level port, there are more than enough deviations and artistic liberties that it will keep you surprised. You got this big-ass concert hall with 12 entire seats. Hot crowd. Little precarious platforming sections, this terrifying icy basement thing, and best of all, a Super Mario Bros. 3 level with infinitely respawning Goombas that you can kill infinitely for honeycombs. This is when I learned that they unfortunately coded a limit to how many of these things can exist on the screen at any given time. That's a shame. I wanted to see the game crash. There is a lot of attention paid to the little details of the original setting. I love how the blue Jinjo is just sitting in the rocking chair where Neville was sitting in the original game. Big ass Luigi jumping bean hanging over the mantelpiece, you got the piranha plant growing in the master bedroom, and this is my favorite detail in the whole game. Some of you may recall that in Luigi's Mansion, if you take a photograph of a mirror, it will actually warp you all the way back to the front lobby. And as a funny little nod to that, every mirror in this game can be jumped into, which, surprise surprise, warps you back to the lobby. There's the secret gold room that you can only escape through the mirror. You fight Boss Boombox in the arena where you fought the baby boss in the original game. Baby Boss, Boss Baby, Boss Boombox, Boss Baby Boombox. Bitch. Turns out Grunty is a disorganized piece of shit and just leaves GameCube games lying all over the place and not on a shelf where they belong. I wonder if she knows how much money they're charging for those things on eBay right now. I hope she's cool with using emulators considering how cavalier she is about her approach to conserving physical media. Those things are very, very finite. The gameplay is fundamentally unchanged from Banjo-Kazooie, it's just the context for being a Banjo-Kazooie, which is now different. There are 10 jiggies and 100 notes as per usual, except this time you need to collect the notes in order to progress through the level. The mansion is partitioned off by these note doors that only open when you've collected all the notes that are available to you. It's a good way of necessitating exploration and attention to detail, which has always been a big part of Banjo-Kazooie, and, for that matter, Luigi's Mansion as well. Grunty's Mansion is a polished game. It's not perfect, but for ROM hack standards, it almost might as well be, with the exception of some weird frame rate shit every now and then. In all seriousness, the real crowning jewel of this entire hack is Toad's voice. This game is very pleasing from the audio-visual angle. The textures and models can't quite live up to the original Luigi's Mansion, but it still looks very good. And something about repopulating it with Banjo-Kazooie assets, I don't know, it kinda just works. And the music is also pretty good. I've played a lot of Jackson G13's Banjo-Kazooie hacks, and while I have enjoyed all of them, this one demonstrates a lot of learned lessons. There's no frustrating rooms with super precise jumps and death traps worthy of fucking Palpatine. It's a very consistent experience with almost no frustrating parts that make me want to eat plastic. That's not to say it's extremely easy or anything, but it isn't smashing my balls against each other like a Newton's Cradle of Agony. It's just a fun romp with very little bullshit. You walk around, you jump around, you pick up the shinies, and you weasel your way through the mansion. You don't even need all the jiggies to fight Grunty. Of course, you won't get the health upgrade without all the jiggies, but I mean, if you're a big enough Banjo-Kazooie fan that you're playing ROM hacks, you'd better be able to beat her without health upgrades. I mean, come on, you're an adult. It's time to man the hell up. Well, that wraps up today's ROM hack, but remember to tune in tomorrow around 2:45 p.m. Eastern or 2:30. I don't know, whenever I decide to make it public. Will it be 2:30 or 2:45? It's a surprise. And speaking of surprises, can you guess what the hack is gonna be? I'm not gonna tell you which one it is, but it's very, beta.